And David Begnaud joins us now from McAllen, Texas. David, good to see you. Do we know anything more of what's become of that girl and her mother?
Yeah, so they are in a facility together in Texas. Border Patrol says that they were never separated. Not from the moment they were first detained in the field there. In the image you just saw, they were kept together. They were brought to that facility in McAllen, Texas, where they were detained together in a cage, a locked cage, along with other mothers who had crossed the border illegally with their children. You see, that's the handout video that the government gave us. We have been inside. We've seen the inside for ourselves, but we have not been allowed to bring in our cameras. So after 72 hours in those cages, the mother and daughter, we're told, were transferred to the custody of ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and now ICE has them at a facility just south of San Antonio. The mother is awaiting an immigration hearing before a judge. By the way, the mother has been deported from this country before. She was allegedly entered the country in 2013 and was deported then. And so the feds say this is her second time coming back.
And this might be unknowable, but do we know why they weren't separated?
Well, so initially we've heard, before President Trump even signed the zero tolerance policy, the rule was if you come with a child that is 4 years or younger, we're not going to separate you. If your child is 5 years or older, we will. Now with the executive order, they're not separating families, period. But that's why we're told this particular mother and daughter were not separated 10 days ago when they were first found crossing the border.
You were reporting this morning on the 500 folks that the government says have been reunited, but it's unclear what to make of that number. Do we know anything more about that and how reunifications are going?
No, we don't know anything. The government has not said anything. What's been fascinating is that it's been 48 hours since the president signed the executive order, and I got a call from a government official today who said we will not be issuing any statement until there is a whole of government response. Apparently, they didn't do a lot of planning before the president signed the executive order. Now, let's put this in context. Mr. Trump is known to do what he wants when he wants. I can tell you from our reporting that the Secretary of Homeland Security was at the White House with the president the morning. So the signing happened roughly 2 p.m. local time. Secretary was there all day with him. You would think maybe there was some planning, maybe in the days before they even did some planning. Nothing. Literally, every agency I've spoken to says, David, we are in a holding pattern. We are simply waiting to be told when we can say whatever we're going to say.
Okay, so much more to say about this story. David Begnaud will look for your story on Evening News tonight and in the days ahead. Thanks so much.
You bet.